The most unsettling individuals are often the ones who don't try to be intimidating at all. There's an airy power in a man who doesn't seek validation, doesn't crave attention, and refuses to conform to society's expectations. He moves through life with an unshakable presence, calm, detached, and utterly unreadable. When he walks into a room, the energy shifts not because he demands it, but because his very existence disrupts the social equilibrium. People can't quite put their finger on it, but they feel it. He isn't aggressive, yet he exudes dominance. He isn't loud, yet his silence is deafening. He doesn't impose, yet his mere presence unsettles those who rely on social games to assert their worth. This is the essence of a Sigma male force that doesn't seek control yet ends up bending reality in ways that others can't comprehend. Here's something chilling. Psychologists have long studied the power of unpredictability, and they found that the human mind fears what it cannot predict. We are wired to seek patterns, to find comfort in what is familiar. But Sigma males, they break those patterns effortlessly. They vanish when you expect them to stay. They stand firm when others falter. And perhaps the most unnerving part, they don't even try, it's simply who they are. It's no wonder people find them so unsettling. In a world where most seek approval, a man who remains utterly indifferent to social validation is a psychological anomaly. He doesn't play along with the unspoken rules, doesn't respond the way people expect, and doesn't offer the usual social reassurances that keep interactions comfortable. But before you start thinking they're some kind of secret operatives or otherworldly beings, let's set the record straight. Sigma males aren't trying to be intimidating. They simply exist in a way that unsettles the norm, disrupting the usual flow of social dynamics without a single word. And that, my friend, is what makes them so hauntingly powerful. Ready to uncover the 20 behaviors Sigma males display that unknowingly send shivers down people's spines? Brace yourself, because once you recognize these traits, you'll never look at them the same way again. Number 1. They intimidate even the most dominant personalities. Dominant personalities thrive on control, status, and the unspoken game of hierarchy. They're used to people either challenging them or submitting to them, and they know exactly how to handle both. But a Sigma male doesn't challenge, doesn't submit, he simply exists outside the entire system, and that's what makes him so unsettling. Alphas are wired to recognize threats in the form of competition. They dominate rooms, assert themselves, and expect pushback from those who want their spot at the top. But when they encounter a Sigma, something strange happens. There's no pushback, no need to prove anything, no attempt to outshine or impress. The Sigma isn't playing the same game, and that realization alone throws the Alpha off balance. The most unsettling part is the sheer level of independence. True independence isn't just about being self-sufficient, it's about not needing validation from anyone. Alphas thrive on recognition, even if they pretend not to. They want respect, acknowledgement, even admiration. But a Sigma, he doesn't care who notices him. He doesn't seek approval. He operates on his own terms, unaffected by power dynamics. And that makes dominant personalities feel an unfamiliar emotion, powerlessness. This is why even the most assertive individuals struggle to handle Sigmas. They can't intimidate them because intimidation only works on those who care about status. They can't dominate them because domination only works on those who seek rank. And worst of all, they can't ignore them because something about a man who truly doesn't care about the social hierarchy is too intriguing to look away from. That's why the presence of a Sigma in any group silently shifts the balance. He doesn't rise to the top, he doesn't fall to the bottom. He simply stands outside the system untouchable. And that alone is enough to unsettle even the most dominant personalities. Number 2. They make people feel unimportant. Sigma males have a unique ability to make people feel insignificant without even trying. It's not because they're rude or dismissive. They simply don't operate on the same social frequency as everyone else. They avoid meaningless small talk, ignore social cues that demand attention, and refuse to validate others just for the sake of it. For most people, this is deeply unsettling. In a world where everyone is subconsciously begging to be seen, Sigma males act as though they don't notice. Someone tells a joke, and instead of laughing politely, they simply stare. Someone tries to show off, and they don't even blink. Someone expects praise for an achievement, and the Sigma nods and moves on. It's not arrogance, it's indifference. And nothing unnerves people more than realizing their usual tricks for gaining attention don't work. Most people don't need to be loved by everyone, but they do need to feel like they exist in the minds of others. When a Sigma male interacts with them, it's as if they're just another face in the crowd. No special treatment, no exaggerated responses, no unnecessary flattery. It's not intentional cruelty, but it feels that way to those who thrive on recognition. This is why Sigma males can walk into a room and disrupt the social flow without saying a word. They don't give the expected reactions, they don't play the validation game, and they don't offer fake enthusiasm. It's not rejection, it's a complete lack of effort in making others feel significant. And in a world where most people crave acknowledgement, that kind of silent disregard is more chilling than outright hostility. Number 3. Their presence feels like a judgment. Being around a Sigma male can feel like standing in front of a mirror that exposes everything you don't want to see. They don't talk much, they don't force reactions, and they definitely don't engage in meaningless flattery. Instead, they simply observe, and that's where the discomfort begins. Most people are used to others reacting to them in predictable ways, nodding, smiling, agreeing, or at least pretending to care. But Sigma males don't play along. They don't nod just because it's expected, and they don't give fake approval to keep conversations comfortable. Their silence isn't passive, it's intense. And the longer they watch, the more people start second-guessing themselves. It's not that Sigma males are judging anyone, but their mere presence feels like an unspoken test. In their silence, people start wondering, am I making sense? Do I sound stupid? Why do I feel like I'm being analyzed? The more someone craves validation, the more unsettling this becomes. Sigma males don't need to criticize or call people out. Just existing with that quiet, unreadable expression is enough to make others feel exposed. This effect is strongest on those who rely on social masks, people who build their identity on being charming, funny, or dominant. Suddenly, none of it works. The Sigma doesn't react, doesn't play along, and when social tricks don't land, it leaves people feeling vulnerable, unsure of themselves, and even embarrassed. This is why people either respect Sigma males or resent them. There's rarely an in-between. Some see the lack of forced reactions as honesty, others see it as coldness. But either way, the feeling remains the same. Standing in front of them is like being silently measured. And for many, that's more intimidating than any words could ever be. Number 4. They are highly self-reliant. Sigma males embody the true essence of self-reliance. Unlike most people who seek external validation, guidance, or social support, they place absolute trust in their own judgment, instincts, and abilities. Whether it's tackling a difficult challenge, achieving a personal goal, or navigating through life's uncertainties, a Sigma male operates with the mindset that no one is coming to save him, so he must save himself. This level of independence is rare in a society built on cooperation, approval-seeking, and interconnectedness. While others find comfort in group support or social reassurance, Sigma males prefer solitude, where they can think clearly, strategize, and execute their plans without interference. They don't ask for permission, nor do they wait for approval. They simply do what needs to be done, on their own terms. For some, this self-sufficiency is admirable, a mark of strength and resilience. But for others, it's intimidating. Many people are used to leaning on others for guidance or validation, and encountering someone who thrives alone can feel alien. It challenges their own sense of dependency and forces them to question their reliance on social bonds. What makes Sigma males even more unnerving is their refusal to conform to group dynamics. Unlike alpha males who lead and beta males who follow, Sigmas exist outside of the traditional hierarchy altogether. They neither seek leadership positions nor submit to authority figures. They operate in a way that disrupts the usual flow of social interaction, making them unpredictable and difficult to control. To some, a Sigma male's independence is a source of inspiration. To others, it's deeply unsettling because it exposes just how much most people depend on others for direction and approval. Number 5. They are masters of emotional detachment. Sigma males possess an almost eerie level of emotional control, allowing them to remain composed in situations where most people would crumble. This emotional detachment is not about being cold or unfeeling, it's about maintaining an uncheckable inner stability that prevents external forces from dictating their mood, decisions, or reactions. In a heated argument, while others might raise their voices and lose their temper, the Sigma male remains calm and calculating. When facing failure or disappointment, instead of breaking down or seeking sympathy, he quietly processes the experience and moves forward. Even in high-stakes or life-altering situations, he refuses to let emotions cloud his judgment. This level of control is rare and, for many, unsettling. People are used to gauging others through emotional cues: anger, frustration, excitement, nervousness. But when they encounter a Sigma male, they often find themselves at a loss. His lack of visible emotional reaction leaves them with unanswered questions. Is he angry? Is he plotting something? Does he even care? This emotional unreadability gives Sigma males an almost ghost-like presence, always there, but impossible to predict or influence. For the Sigma male, this detachment is not just a personality trait, it's a survival strategy. By keeping his emotions in check, he avoids manipulation, maintains clarity in decision-making, and ensures that no one can use his feelings against him. Unlike those who get caught in emotional drama, Sigma males remain steady, observing from the sidelines with a quiet intensity that can feel almost supernatural. Their ability to detach emotionally also makes them formidable in confrontations. While most people react impulsively out of anger or fear, Sigma males take their time, calculating their response with precision. This unnerves those who expect immediate reactions, as the silence and indifference of a Sigma male can often be more intimidating than an aggressive outburst. Ultimately, their mastery of emotional detachment sets them apart in a world driven by impulsive emotions. And whether people find it inspiring or unnerving, one thing is certain: Sigma males are not easily shaken. Number 6. They are observers, not participants. Sigma males possess a rare ability to blend into the background, quietly absorbing information without drawing attention to themselves. While others engage in social games, compete for status, or seek validation, the Sigma male remains detached, watching, analyzing, and processing everything around him. His mind functions like a high-powered surveillance system, detecting subtle shifts in behavior, tone, and intent that most people overlook. This observational nature gives Sigma males an almost eerie level of awareness. They see patterns before they fully form, anticipate people's moves before they make them, and recognize hidden motivations behind even the most innocent actions. They don't just listen to what people say, they notice how they say it, what they don't say, and the inconsistencies in their words versus their actions. For those unaware of the Sigma male's keen perception, it can feel like he knows things he shouldn't know. His silence and stillness create an atmosphere of unease as people begin to wonder, what is he thinking? What does he see that I don't? The unknown is always unsettling, and Sigma males thrive in this psychological space. Their refusal to participate in social theatrics makes them even more enigmatic. While others are busy posturing, arguing, or proving themselves, the Sigma male remains calm and observant. This lack of visible engagement can be frustrating for those who seek attention or validation. It's as if the Sigma male exists on an entirely different plane, one where social expectations hold no power over him. But make no mistake, just because a Sigma male doesn't actively participate doesn't mean he isn't involved. His ability to quietly gather information and read between the lines gives him a strategic advantage. He knows who is trustworthy, who is deceitful, and where opportunities lie without exposing his own hand. By choosing observation over participation, Sigma males position themselves as the ultimate tacticians in life's social and professional arenas. And while most people are too busy playing the game to notice, by the time they do it's already too late. Number 7. They are unaffected by social hierarchies. Sigma males exist outside of the traditional social order. They neither crave dominance like alpha males nor seek belonging like beta males. Titles, ranks, and power structures hold no appeal to them. They don't chase leadership positions, nor do they submit to authority figures simply because they hold a higher status. Instead, they operate entirely on their own terms, moving through life as free agents. In a society obsessed with hierarchy where people measure their worth by job titles, wealth, popularity, or social status, the Sigma male's indifference is both perplexing and unsettling. Many spend their lives climbing ladders, proving themselves, and jockeying for position. But the Sigma male, he walks right past the ladder without a second glance. This disinterest in social rankings is what makes Sigma males so unpredictable. They can't be controlled through conventional means. You can't intimidate them with authority, lure them with status, or manipulate them with peer pressure. They respect competence and integrity over titles and reputations. If they follow someone, it's because they genuinely admire their skills, not because of a position or rank. This attitude can be especially unnerving to those whose self-worth is tied to their status. When they encounter a Sigma male who simply doesn't care about their titles or influence, it forces them to confront a disturbing question. If my status doesn't impress him, does it actually mean anything at all? Sigma males dismantle the illusion that power and status automatically command respect. Their mere presence challenges the systems that people invest so much energy into maintaining. And perhaps that's why they remain an enigma, respected by some, feared by others, but always standing apart from the crowd. Number 8. They are unpredictable. One of the most unsettling things about a Sigma male is that no one can quite pin him down. He doesn't adhere to routines, follow social expectations, or behave in ways that people can easily anticipate. One moment, he might be fully present, engaged in a conversation or activity. The next, he vanishes without warning. His actions are neither random nor reckless. He simply follows his own internal compass, unbothered by external pressures. Most people crave predictability. They find comfort in knowing how someone will react, what they will say, and how they will behave in different situations. This predictability creates a sense of stability, allowing people to navigate social interactions with ease. The Sigma male, however, disrupts this balance. His unpredictability is not an act of rebellion, it's a reflection of his deeply independent nature. He might walk away from a high-status opportunity without hesitation, leaving others baffled. He might cut off a toxic relationship without warning, while others hesitate for months or years. He might switch directions in life seemingly overnight, unburdened by the need for approval or consistency. This erratic nature makes him difficult to control, as no one can ever be sure what he will do next. But what truly unnerves people is not just his unpredictability, it's the fact that he doesn't feel the need to explain himself. Society expects people to justify their actions, to offer reasons for their choices, to make themselves understandable to others. Sigma males don't play by those rules. Their silence leaves people grasping for answers, trying to decipher a logic that is entirely their own. For those accustomed to social order and structure, a Sigma male's unpredictability is deeply unsettling. It forces them to acknowledge an uncomfortable truth, that not everything in life follows a set script, and some people truly do move through the world on their own terms. Number 9. They are deeply introspective. Sigma males are not just independent in their actions, they are also deeply introspective in their thinking. They spend a great deal of time analyzing their own thoughts, questioning their beliefs, and evaluating their personal growth. This level of introspection sets them apart from most people, who are often too preoccupied with external distractions to look inward. While others seek validation through social interactions, material success, or external approval, the Sigma male turns inward for his sense of direction. He does not need constant reassurance or outside opinions to validate his worth. Instead, he operates from a place of self-awareness and internal stability. This ability to be completely honest with himself allows him to live with a rare level of authenticity. However, this introspection can be unsettling for others. When people encounter someone so deeply in tune with his own mind, it often exposes their own lack of self-awareness. Many individuals go through life without questioning their motivations, fears, or values. They conform to societal expectations without ever stopping to ask why. But the Sigma male is different. His constant self-examination and refusal to be swayed by external forces can make others feel uncomfortable, even inadequate. His introspective nature also means he rarely engages in meaningless small talk or superficial conversations. He values depth over noise, preferring to discuss ideas, philosophies, and meaningful experiences rather than gossip or trivial matters. This intensity can intimidate those who are not used to such deep thinking, making them feel as though they are being silently judged or analyzed. Ultimately, the The Sigma male's introspection gives him an edge. He understands himself in ways that most people never will. And that, in itself, is a quiet power that many find both admirable and deeply unnerving. Number 10. They are unapologetically themselves. Perhaps the most defining and polarizing trait of a Sigma male is his unapologetic authenticity. He doesn't shape-shift to fit in, alter his beliefs to gain acceptance, or seek approval from others. Instead, he embraces who he is, flaws and all, without hesitation, explanation, or the need for validation. His sense of self is so deeply ingrained that he cannot be molded by external pressures, making him one of the rarest and most enigmatic personalities in any social setting. In a world where most people wear masks, play roles, and suppress their true selves for social acceptance, the Sigma male is a stark contrast. He refuses to dilute his personality to make others comfortable. He doesn't dress a certain way to impress. He doesn't follow trends just because they're popular. He doesn't laugh at jokes he doesn't find funny, nor does he pretend to agree with something just to avoid conflict. His presence alone disrupts the status quo because he exists as a living example of what true freedom looks like, the kind that is not bound by social conditioning or collective approval. This authenticity can be both refreshing and deeply unsettling. For those who have spent their lives conforming, constantly seeking validation, or molding themselves to fit into societal expectations, encountering someone like a Sigma male can be a wake-up call. It forces them to question their own choices. Am I truly being myself, or have I just been following the crowd? The Sigma male's refusal to conform acts as a silent challenge to those around him. Some will admire him, inspired by his independence and unwavering sense of self. Others will resent him, feeling exposed or uncomfortable in the presence of someone who refuses to play the same social games they do. His existence alone is a reminder that true power and confidence don't come from external validation. They come from the courage to be exactly who you are, regardless of how the world perceives you. And that, more than anything, is why Sigma males stand out. They are unapologetically themselves in a world that constantly tries to make people something they are not. If you found this video insightful or relatable, why not join our growing community? Subscribe to the channel for more content exploring the mindsets, traits, and behaviors of Sigma males. Your engagement helps us dive deeper into these unique perspectives. Be sure to like this video if it resonated with you, share it with someone who might appreciate it, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Remember, as a Sigma male or someone inspired by their path, staying true to yourself is the ultimate strength. Keep evolving, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next video.